Huge week for me. I can't even say us because Dan was traveling. Jacob took a week off. So it was all me holding down the fort. And thank God I had a good week, right? It would have been pretty embarrassing if I didn't. But I had a phenomenal week. Pick-wise, 10-3. 10-3. Do that math. That's almost 80%. And listen, this is MMA. That is almost impossible. I went 10-3. The Nate Maness, if you look at my bets, I bet on him, but I picked against them. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I missed that one, 10 seconds away from hitting that one, but I'm glad I missed it because a pick doesn't matter. What only matters is where your money goes. But pick-wise, 10-3, I challenge you to find somebody who has better picks than we do. Let's talk about the bets. We'll talk about my DraftKings. We'll talk about Monkey Knife Fight. And then we will talk about who won our free DraftKings league. If you don't know, we have a free DraftKings league, and we give away money every week. And this week's winner, if that person is a member, I will Venmo them or Cash App, PayPal, whatever it is, $60, $60 instead of the normal 30. If you're a subscriber, you only get 15. If you're nothing, you get nothing. You got to support us for me to pay you. So let's walk through the bets. And before I do, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 3 different betting partners that you can jump into. We have Bet Online, Bet US, and Sports Betting. All of them offer promos, and the only way you're going to get those promos is through those links. Bet Online, 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and that is to celebrate the start of football season. So grab that one before it goes. Bet US, 125% deposit match, and sports betting and Bet Online are the same thing. So if you already have a Bet Online account and you want to get some more free money, jump into the sports betting one, create a new account, get free money. The odds, the experience are exactly the same. Very quickly, Bet Online has the best prop bets. Bet US has the best customer service and the easiest platform to use. So figure out which one makes sense for you. Let me walk through my bets. I crushed the Hannah Goldy money line there. When I say crush, I put 1 unit on, but I got a little nervous. I placed that bet, and then I thought about it. I'm like, man, Hannah's not very good. But we always talk about this on this channel. Styles make fights. Matchups make fights. And I think the reason that we do so much better than everybody else in this space is because we get better reads. You could have all the information. I could have all the information. And I think we're just going to do a better job picking who will win because styles make fights. Hannah Goldy got that done, 1 unit. Ariana Lipsky. People trashed me for that pick. Like, trashed me for that pick. And I don't know why. People in the comments, oh, just because she's good looking, why would you pick her? Listen, I said she's a little bit better everywhere. She's got the actual UFC experience. 7-0 means nothing if it's just regional level 7-0. So Ariana Lipsky or Ariane Lipsky got it done. 1 unit there, crushed it. Nate Maness plus 3.5 points. Let me explain what that is and what the logic is. So if I went Nate Maness straight money line, I would have gotten better odds, right? That was like plus 170 instead of minus 115. But here's the thing. I was worried about Tony Gravely's wrestling. And honestly, after the first round, Tony Gravely was 10 seconds away from winning that fight. I'm glad he didn't, but he was 10 seconds away from winning that fight. Showed the wrestling, showed the power, but I know that he gasses. So what I thought was going to happen was Tony Gravely was going to win the first 2 rounds with wrestling and grit, completely gas. Nate Maness was going to win 1 round. I always knew Nate Maness could win the fight, and that's why I did a plus 3.5 point bet on Nate Maness. All that does is buy a round on the judges' scorecards. So if he wins a round, you bought another one, that's 2-1. But also it covers me if he just wins the fight straight up, which is what happened. So 1 unit on that, I hit that. The Bays-Jackson over 1.5 rounds at minus 150. I crushed that. People were just saying Bays is useless. Montel Jackson is going to smoke him. And, Montel Jackson was my pick. And I explained that he was my pick. But I'm like, AP Bays can wrestle, guys. Don't expect Montel Jackson to come out here, just beat the brake off of JP Bays. And honestly, that first round looked good. I would have scored it for JP. I would have scored the first round for JP. Doesn't matter because he lost the fight. And all I bet was the over on rounds. And the reason I'm up this week, I am up 2.7 units. Almost 3 full units. Every week I've been up. But I'm very conservative, so it's 1 unit, maybe 2. 2.7, almost 3 units, that's a lot, right? Especially when it's every single week. So I did the over on rounds because I'm conservative. I wasn't going to spend a fortune on Montel Jackson. I wasn't going to throw money at JP Bays because realistically he probably was going to lose. So I said, you know what? He's super tough. They're both good. They're both gritty. I'm going to do the over on round. So I hit that. Smith Spann, I missed that. That is the only bet that I missed. 2.5 rounds, minus 115. I thought I was going to do the over. I put 2 units on that. And this is a perfect example. This is why slow and steady wins the race. I decided to throw 2 units. I was all excited. I placed that bet last week. Stupid. Should have been 1 unit. The next fight, Talaba versus Clark. I did the over 1.5 round on that, and everybody said I was crazy there too. And I totally understood the logic. Everybody's logic was, well, if Kutalaba wins, it's going to be in the first round. Because after that, he gasses. He has terrible fight IQ. He's miserable. So how could you pick Kutalaba to win and think there's going to be an over on rounds? And honestly, I just felt like Kutalaba's back is against the wall. He's super tough. I thought he was going to make the adjustments, and he did. I didn't think he was going to look as spectacular as he did. He looked phenomenal. But, he made the right adjustments. He did the right thing. I only bet the over on rounds. I crushed that. I put 2 units on that, which thankfully, right, to cover the 2 units I put on the other one. I don't know why I got a little fast and loose, but it doesn't matter because I'm up 2.7 units. There was another bet that came up in the live stream that you don't see here because these are the ones that I walked through, I talked about, I showed the world. In the live stream, Josh, who's in our comments, bullied me into putting a submission bet for Aaron Blanchfield to win. Thank God that didn't go through because that didn't hit. I'm looking at my phone. I'm doing it while looking at the camera. I must have not hit submit at some point, but I was going to do a 1/4 of a unit on each round. Even if I did do that, that'd be 0.75 units. Remove that from my winnings. I'm still up 2 full units. So it didn't go through, thankfully. But even if it did, I'm up 2 units. But that's another lesson. Take your time, do the right bets, and don't let people in live streams bully you into other bets because they may not pan out. Either way, big week. I'm super happy with these results. No crazy flyers and a lot of -1s on here, but I've had a lot of success doing round bets. We'll see what happens. UFC 266 is this weekend. A lot of awesome matchups. Stay tuned for that betting breakdown. But before we leave the betting, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. There's literally free money sitting there waiting for you. It is all 100% legal. It's all online, super easy. Grab one of the options. Each platform offers different pros and cons, but grab one, grab the free match money, follow along, place some bets, ask people in the comments, and go from there. Let's talk about Monkey Knife Fight. I'm down money on Monkey Knife Fight. It's fine. I more than made up for it in the bets. 1 unit for me in Monkey Knife Fight is $10. 1 unit for me in betting is a much larger number than $10. And I'm not going to. But let's look at my Monkey Knife Fight picks. Here's the biggest mistake that I made. Learn from me. When we do our weekly breakdowns, we show you the first initial right out of the gate strike lines. And we tell you, hit these lines now before they move. And most of you in the live stream do it. Because Chris at Monkey Knife Fight always tells us, boy, you guys hammered those lines. And then he has to move them the next morning because the opening lines are never going to be as clean as the later ones. The mistake I made is you watched me do all of my picks on Friday. Or no, Saturday. You watched me do all of my picks on Saturday, the day of the fights. The lines were already bad. And I still did them. I still hit them. And that was the biggest mistake that I made. I didn't hit the early lines. So, wewantpicks.com/MKF. Jump in, free promo. I'm going to say it's very hard to lose money. I finally lost some money here, but it's okay. I start with 100 every week. I'm up money every single week. I withdraw my winnings. I reset at 100. Now I'm down to 60. So I've only got $60. So I lost 40 this week, which means I lost 4. But let's walk through them real quick. I Gravely more, Ness more. I thought there was going to be a little more back and forth. I thought Gravely was going to, grapple a little more. And listen, 76 was a high line, but it is what it is. Who saw that sort of 180 murder going on there? Then I had less on Kanzad, less on Pennington. I also grabbed Pennington later with the more. So I expected to lose one of those. And when your payouts are 2.5 times, 3 times, 5 times, it's okay. You can lose a few. I did thankfully get the Zhu and Jenkins, Brandon Jenkins versus Rong Zhu. I hit the more there. I got that. I did less on Kasanganay, more on Carlston because I thought Carlston was going to get a little more wrestling in, control him a little bit, get some strikes in. he just put him away straight up. I picked him to win. I thought he'd win a little differently. Fine. Missed it. No big deal. I did hit Knockout Kings, and this is where being conservative, great, right? You know, it's good that I'm conservative for the most part, but I got 2 knockouts. You pick any 3 fighters you want. If one of them gets a knockout, you do 25% winning. 2, you 2.5 times your money. 3, you 6 times your money. I only do the 1. So I played $20 to win 25. If I played 20, I could have gotten 50 if I did the 2.5 times. So either way, I still hit that. I missed the, it was a rapid fire. I did Goldy to get more strikes than Khanzad and Pennington more than Sarukian. Pennington more than Sarukian, I knew that was going to happen. Sarukian was going to get a stoppage. That's why I had him in the Knockout Kings. I didn't think Goldy, I thought Goldy was going to win. You saw my money line bet. I thought it was going to go a little longer. I didn't think she was going to dominate that quickly. So, and I knew Pennington was going to keep Khanzad at a lower type number. So, you know, whatever. Khanzad had 85. If the Goldy fight went longer, she had 24 in that short amount of time. I would have hit it, missed it, no big deal. Then I had a 3 for 3, $10 to win $50. And I missed the Gravely Moore. And then the Goldy Moore, Whitmire Moore, I missed, obviously, because that was an early stoppage. So either way, honestly, you see there's football lines here. Go to this is why I only do fights. First of all, I threw $50 on here based on my brother-in-law's advice. I lost it. Big mistake for me, but you guys might be a little more apt to win some of these football lines that happen today. wewantpicks.com/MKF. Same thing. Free promo. $100 instant deposit match. No strings attached, which means you deposit $100, they give you $100, you immediately have $200 in your account. You can immediately start playing. If you're worried about it, you don't know how to do this, use the free money. Use the free money. Leave your real money in your account. Use the free money. Play these lines. The football lines work the same as the UFC lines, except the payouts are better. 3.6 times your buy-in instead of the 2.5. And that's because football is a little easier for them to predict than fist fights. Either way, wewantpicks.com/MKF. Grab the promo. The code's WWP for an instant deposit match. It's a ton of fun. I'm on a down week, but my net over the course of 6-8 months, whatever it is way up. We'll see what happens at UFC 266. Let's talk about DraftKings. This is my first week back in a while. We got suspended. We were sharing lineups, which I didn't know you weren't allowed to do, but okay, we don't share lineups anymore. So we were suspended, but I'm back now after a 3-week hiatus. I had a good lineup. I won $27. Hey, it was only a $20 buy-in, so I leave with 27. I'm up. I only played this in one single contest because I just got my account back and so much going on. I only entered one contest. I scored 506 points. I had Gravely 35 in a loss. Listen, he was well on his way to 120 in that first round, but sort of gave it up in a second, which is totally fine because I had Nate Maness in a bet. Sarukian knew he was going to score a ton. Blanchfield knew there was going to be a ton of points there. I thought she would win by submission or some sort of stoppage early. I felt like she had a million opportunities to win by submission, but didn't take them. But it doesn't matter. She scored a ton of points here. Carlston Harris, I had him in my lineup as well. I knew he was going to win. I thought it would look a little different, but fine. Even better, 110 points. Goldy, Hannah Goldy, 97 points. I had her, moneyline bet on her, so I hit that as well. And then Brandon Jenkins was my sort of disappointment. Listen, it was a last-minute fight. Realistically, he was a 3-1 underdog. I just thought he was going to give Rongju a harder time. And honestly, he scored 26 points in that loss. That's actually a good amount of points, but for a loss. But I thought he was going to do a little better. It is what it is. You can't win them all. So my lineup went 4-2. My picks went 10-3. So I happened to draft only 2 out of the only 3 losers that I picked. But either way, I won 7. So with me, I'm not going to argue with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the We Want Picks DraftKings League. If you don't know, we have a free DraftKings League. It costs you $0 to enter, $0 to play. But if you win, I give you money. If you're a subscriber and you win, I give you $15. If you are a member and you win, I normally give you 30, but this week I'm giving you 60 because last week's winner said pay it forward. So Mr. Savage Level 9000, you're actually a big supporter. You're in the live streams all the time. I don't remember if you're a member or not, but if you're a member, I owe you $60. So comment on this video, reach out to me, go to wewantpicks.com. At the bottom, there's a contact us. Reach out to me from there. Let me know how you want to get paid, CASHAPP, PayPal, whatever it is. Let's take a look at some of these lineups. $729. I imagine you made $4 million in the big leagues. I mean, that is a ton of freaking money. Look at this lineup. This is one of the best lineups I've ever seen. 6-0. Every single one over 100 points. This literally might be one of the highest scoring lineups of all time. Somebody, if you know, let me know. But, I mean, this is insane. Nate Maness, 104. Kutalaba, 127. I picked Kutalaba to win. I picked the over on rounds, so I'm very glad that did what it's supposed to do. And Kutalaba is awesome and a ton of fun. I'm so glad he showed that he could have like a longer fight, a real fight, and he's not just first round or bust. Sarukian, we saw that coming, 110. Zhu, 146. I did not think Zhu would have the performance that he had. I knew how talented he was. I knew how much power he had. But, you know, sometimes he has trouble if he's backing up, and I thought Brandon Jenkins was going to back him up, but nope. Dan was all over Zhu, saying he's at American Top Team. He's doing the right things. He's a killer. So Dan was all over that. Montel Jackson over JP Bays. Obviously, we all were pretty sure Montel would win. I thought he lost the first round, but I'm glad he was able to survive and get it done. 130 points. Carlston Harris, 110 with the knockout of Kasanganay. What a lineup, man. Holy crap. Mr. Savage Level, reach out to us. Let me know how you want to get paid, and I will get you paid. It is that simple. Everybody else watching, become a member. Click the join button under this video. Not only does it support us tremendously, but you double your winnings if you win this free league. Even if you can't be a member, let's say you can't afford the couple bucks a month, whatever it is, play the league. It is free to join this league. It is fun. It is free. And there is some upside if you're a subscriber. Let's take a look at the next few. Mike Hunt. You're not going to get me. Also 6-0. Also over 100 points with every single. Boy, that's got to be so frustrating to be number 2 this week. You went 6-0. Every single one of your fighters scored over 100 points, and you didn't take it all. Anthony Smith, 119. Maness, 104. Sarukian, 110. Zhu, 46. Blanchfield, 26. Harris, 110. Who's the difference here? Who? Oh, Kutalaba. Yeah, is it Kutalaba over Anthony Smith? That's probably the difference. Zach. What's up, Zach? 6-0 as well. What a frustrating third place. 6-0 in fourth. Finally, fifth place has a loss. So fourth place and third place, killer savage lineups that any other week would take home money, no questions asked. That stinks. Either way, guys, thanks for participating. Thanks for watching this week. We had a ridiculously successful week. Share this, like this, tell your friends. I mean, the amount of success we're having, I'm hoping you guys are telling the world, helping us out, helping us for the channel. Honestly, genuinely, thank you all very much for the comments, for joining the live streams, for the views, for liking videos, everything else. It is all appreciated. Thank you very much. Check the description. We have all sorts of links, a tip jar, and everything else you could ever want. Thank you all very much. I will see you on Monday, not Tuesday, on Monday for our UFC 266 breakdown. I'll see you then.